最も弱き者が最も強き者に挑む。迷いと嘆き。
It's a little rude.
決断と成長に
Don't call
満
my
ちた
opponent the
その
weakest.
童貞こそ人間の証である。聖杯は強き者にのみ与えられる。最後の二人は共に性質の違う強者となった。であればもう一度君に送ろう。光あれと。視点の玉座にて君を待つ。
Ultim, the final selection. Week number 7. Moshi Moshi. The next combatants will be announced on the second floor bulletin board. A now all too familiar ringing tone draws my eyes to my terminal. The final week has begun. Who could our opponent be? When I arrive at the bulletin board as prompted by the terminal, there's someone there ahead of me. I'm not surprised to see him. After all, there's no one else who would be there.
Konnichiwa.
Leo turns my way, smiling as usual. His servant Gawain stands one step behind him, straight as a sword thrust into a stone. Unlike Leo, Gawain's eyes are calm. I sense no hostility from him, just an ironclad loyalty and unwavering confidence in his lord. Gawain's composure wouldn't slip even in the middle of a battle. That righteous white knight would die without question for his lord. As I'm looking around, I'm struck by a sense of change. This is the last time I'll see the bulletin board like this. I look, even though I already know the names. Master, Leonard Bistario Harway, in the 7th Chimeric Lunar Sea. With this announcement, at last we are formally adversaries. Once again, I wish you luck. Leo's trying to speak casually, but something has changed about his voice. It's not that he's apprehensive about the fight. He's excited, almost thrilled. It's strange. Honestly, I never imagined that you would be the one with me at the very end. When I first saw you, you were an industrious, adaptive, and rather forgettable individual. Over the brief course of this war, you've grown immeasurably, as if suited to the soil of battle. Now the you standing in front of me is a fitting opponent, not just in ability, but in countenance. I'm as enamored with this feeling of competition as a little girl is with a fairy tale. Leo laughs bashfully. You'd think he's never enjoyed basic human emotions before. I do not know for which one of us this fate was meant for. However, now I feel this fight with you is a necessary step in the process of my ascension to the throne. For showing me a side of the world I had not yet known, you have my deepest gratitude. Leo isn't being insincere. He's thanking me in his self-centered, condescending way. He believes that he'll win. He believes he's righteous. His belief in his own victory is greater than any I've ever seen.
Leo, I understand your feelings, but further cordiality would be quite unnecessary. It has been an obstacle. The time to exchange words has passed with the now worthy opponent. You also require rest. A king must be at his best. Let us put an end to this posturing.
Indeed. Thank you, Gawain. I got a little carried away. I'll take my leave now. I look forward to your next audience with me on the final battlefield. Leo's parting smile was gentler than usual. I can't help watching his back as he leaves. It feels like I've always been looking at Leo's back. My world is far too different from his. His sentiments have always been as foreign as his home country. A boy who has progressed by making victory second nature. A king who will not tolerate any outcome but victory. A person whose entire life has been absolute. I don't believe that he and I are equals, but then again, we're both king of the mountain right now. We came from many places to fight in this Holy Grail war. I'll struggle to find my place. All right, time for the final showdown, King. Well, time for the final showdown in 1 week. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Strangely enough, my heart is calm. I breathe easily. The memories of past battles a comfort rather than a paralyzing factor. I'm not eager to fight, but I'm not distressed either. I'm mostly surprised at my own placidity. Whether or not she's picking up on my mental state, Castor gives me her cute smile.
You've reached the final battle, Goshujin-sama. I always knew you belonged in it. Let's trounce that fake king and tear apart his condescending bad attitude for good. I mean, I can't really argue that kings are better than most people, or that he isn't a born winner. But that little prince is wrong to think that he can beat you and me in a battle of abilities. Yeah, it wouldn't even matter if he was a god. My master is the best in the whole world.
I could say I'm not better than a god, but I mean, come on. Thanks, Tamamo.
No, I only said something that's totally obvious. Master, the only thing I don't like about you is just how little you understand about me. But I'll always treasure your words of thanks, Hakuno. I'm truly happy to be of use to you, Master. After this last fight, I may be obsolete to you. But if it's only the tiniest bit possible, I'd like to continue being of use to you, Master. I just said that as a joke. Never mind that. Let's focus on the fight. Yeah.
Trying to hide her embarrassment, Castor disappears. Yeah, this is the last time Castor and I will fight side by side. She stood by me even through the times where I had no will, no resolve, and no strength. I don't know what the future holds, but as for the present, I'll focus on winning against my strongest foe yet. I'll win. That's how I'll show my appreciation for all she's done. Alright, clearly our wish for the Grail is already obvious. To turn Tamamo into our waifu. Forever. I mean, what other wish could we possibly have? As I head out into the hallway, a silhouette appears in the doorway. I wonder how many times I've met Kodamine like this. What does he want this time? As he sees me tense up, he flashes me a rare smile. No, don't trust that smile! I must admit that I am surprised that you, of all people, have made it this far. I welcome you to the final confrontation, Master. The Holy Grail is almost within your reach. The omnipotent construct that'll grant any wish, any desire. Can you feel how close it is? Still a little too soon to think like that. Of course! That is what it is to be human. I had been a bit concerned, but hearing this I am relieved. One who does not have desires, one who does not have wishes, one who only that denies the fight. If a person of that demeanor were to win,
I would be sorely disappointed. With that, his mouth forms into a grimace. I have no clue what's going on in his mind, but... Now allow me to announce the final trial. The way to the last battlefield has been opened. So, who will claim victory and raise the Holy Grail to their lips? I await with bated breath. Ah, new servant matrix info. Saba Gawain. He has anti-magic B. Cancels low-level spells with chance consisting of less than 3 full verses. Even high-level thaumaturgy and the greater rituals will only have a negligible effect on him. And Dragoon B. Allows him to control any kind of transportation with exceptional skill. However, it does not bestow the ability to ride upon any of the Phantasm races. Dragoon's basically a better riding skill. If it was A, Tamamo would have been fucked. Well, even B affects Tamamo's spells for the magic resistance. Anything in the library? Nopers. Let's head to the 3rd floor and go see if Ronnie wants to talk. She's not there. Alright, let's go to the 1st floor. Let's go speak with Sakura.
Congratulations on advancing to the 7th round, Hakuno-kun. Please take a lunch. This is the last one, so I put extra love into it.
Sakura's amazing lunch. Nothing says loving like something from the oven.
I've already given you the last healing supplies I could provide to you. Do your best all the way to the end.
Toko, you got anything to say? Thank you, Fratricidal, for the follow. Welcome. I can't count how many times I've come here, and now the only masters left are myself and Leo. When the finals begin, this school will become almost completely devoid of life. When that time comes, will these sisters still be here in the chapel, unable to leave?
You need to focus on your opponent, not worrying about us. Just think of us as scenery. She's right. Toko and I can take care of ourselves. I do appreciate your concern, though. Thanks, Hakuno. This may be the last time we see each other, so I want to say goodbye. Don't hold back against Leo. And although I was just an observer, I got the feeling you'll win. Your compassion sickens me. And you're still a disappointment and a monstrosity. But I guess it's something. Being able to relate to other people is a virtue. Maybe. You might not understand it, but every memory of your opponent will make your attacks stronger. But by me saying that, you might place more value on this conversation than you should. Ah, screw it. Anyway, I doubt there are any magi still alive as disgustingly avaricious as you.
With that, Toko Alzaki shrugs her shoulders and gives me a sardonic smirk. And despite the abuse, I detected a hint of warmth. Or dare I say, affection even? Between puffs of smoke, I heard her murmur, "You're quite extraordinary." We got the approval! Big dabs. Oh wait, didn't I already do this? I did. A++, but it's not X yet. We need more magic!
この言葉には表せない経験値的なもの。
Whoops. Oh well. Look, Alco could have defeated most of this tournament. Oh yeah. Look, the only person in this tournament Alco couldn't outright kill would be Arcado. Maybe some of the higher-end servants she wouldn't be able to take on herself, but she'd still have a... She'd still be pretty close. Alright, what's new? We've got the Celestial Blade. 90 MP and big serving strength gain, the Scapegoat Charm for big defense gain, or the Silver Anklet for big magic gain. I mean, I'll take one of each. True magic is busted, and what Arcado is able to perform when she's actually at full strength is high-ranking true magic, which in the Fate universe is the ability to rewrite reality. So, you know, kind of hard to beat that. We already went and talked to everyone I could find, so I guess we head to the arena for today. I walked down the hallway en route to the arena. Is it because the culmination of this journey draws near that each footstep feels so inevitable?
Oh, what are you looking at? Hey, there's nothing out there. Aww. Geez, so moon cells can't even be used. Don't you know that you triggered a flag under those sakura blossoms with me, master?
Caster doesn't bother to hide her flirtations, even while hiding her mouth behind her kimono sleeve. It's still hard thinking of her as a divine being. But that is the true nature of the smiling, cheerful caster who's fought beside me. I ought to treasure this carefree moment, just like I treasure her carefree spirit.
What's wrong? Is there something on my face? But my skin was soft and my ears were perky this morning. What's wrong with my face, master?
Distraught, Tamamo hides her face. Whoops, I should know by now how sensitive she is and shouldn't have stared. I like her impulsiveness, though. Tamamo's always reassuring me and pushing me to do better.
Nothing's wrong? So I'm the cute little Tamamo that I've always been? Did I say something weird just now?
I think that she's so flighty that it's hard for her to understand people when they're serious.
Anyway, it's time, master. It's annoying to have to prepare, but the opponent is quite strong. My body might be foxy, but don't let that distract you, master. Let's go, master. Let's both give this fight everything we've got.
These days I've spent with Caster haven't been bad. I think I could be with Caster all the time. But still, the hour of battle draws ever closer. The final battle. No matter how the Holy Grail War ends, I'll be parted from her. But what if you just use Holy Grail to not have that happen? You know? Just saying. Just saying. Okay, let's head to the arena. Oh, they fixed the hole in the wall. A fire alarm! Just the sight of it makes me want to set it off. Oh, I know the feeling. I've always wanted to just pull a fire alarm. Problem is, they leave residue behind so they can easily find out who pulled it and you'll get in trouble. In we go. The Holy Grail is only for the Magus strong enough to take it, but what is true strength? What is fatal weakness? Let there be light enough to illuminate your way. The atmosphere of the arena felt more ominous than normal, and the noise felt as if it was going to rip me apart. The animosity being directed at me, it's almost palatable. It makes me want to vomit.
This horrible feeling of hatred. It couldn't possibly be coming from that young prince.
Castor seems really on edge, but they're right. This feeling isn't coming from either Leo or Gawain. In fact, I'm almost sure I've felt this feeling of hatred before. But how is it?
I'm not sure what's happening, but it might be the work of some evil imp. Stay on your toes, Master.
あっちゃ化けて出てきましたか。
A zombie, you say? While walking in the arena, a sudden burst of distortion that sounds almost like a groan pierces my brain. Could it be a voice? Julas. Not yet. Die. Why? Myself. That was definitely a voice. I suddenly feel as if a wave of negative emotions is washing over me.
Get a hold of yourself, Master. Lending an ear to the dead is the worst thing you could possibly do.
Castor's words immediately bring me back to reality. While the aura of negativity is still very much there, the voice that seemed to ring in my head is gone. There's no doubt as to who that voice belongs to, but how? If I want to know the truth, I have to keep moving forward. If there was voice acting in this, you could tell exactly who this voice belonged to. I hope the remake has voice acting in all of it.
さあ、マスター、サクッとやっちゃいましょう。ああ、もううざいってば。
Telemagica. If I recall, this is one of those guard spamming guys.
バリバリ呪う。秘密よ集え。死んでください。死んでください。
Yep, sure is.
炎天よ、走れ。マスター、一生ついていきます。可愛い女の子だからって甘く見ました？
Wonder if there's any, secret paths.
ああ、もううざいってば。お任せください。
Owie.
まだ戦います。上げていきましょう。バリバリ呪うぞ。
Owie. Owie.
戦しました。
Enemies hurt now.
ビグレットララララブラブアイアイエ
Thank you very much, Yosomera, for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to do a little bit of grinding before the upcoming servant battle. The distortion sears my brain like a hot iron. Dark thoughts seem to work their way through my entire being. The sudden chill that courses through my body sets to shaking, and I feel like I'm being turned inside out. I try to stop the intrusion of these evil thoughts into my consciousness, but they continue to enter my mind. His name is Dejection. His origins lay in disdain and despite. His name is Abomination and Hatred. In his past is scorn and ridicule. In other words, apathy towards everything. Huh? What is this? These overwhelming emotions. What's the source of this deranged irrationality that's rejected and rejects, denies and is denied? It feels as if it crawled out from the darkest depths of hell. I muster all the strength I can and barely manage to endure the onslaught that threatens to engulf me. The Harways. Seldom. Is that someone's voice? I push through the distortion and focus my attention on the voice. Experiment will begin. We will remove the liver. To observe the pain response, no anesthesia will be used. Failure. Less than useless. This individual has no right to exist and has nothing to contribute to the future. No value. No ability. It's a failure. Its design is flawed. The rate of aging is twice that of a normal person. I predict that its lifespan will be 25 years at best. What a failure. It's hopeless. This is the most unforgivable of sins committed against nature. It'd be understandable if it came from common stock, but it came from a superior life form. Refrain. Stop! The voice suddenly stops. As I concentrate harder, I can see a figure beyond the distortion. It must be a woman. I focus my concentration, and as I stretch out my hand, a scene plays out before me. There you are, Miss Alicia. That voice, it sounds much younger, but it definitely belongs to Julius. Though his voice is audible, his figure doesn't appear. This must be his memory, then. The woman named Alicia turns toward Julius, but time has degraded the memory of her facial features.
Oh, Julius, what's wrong? Yes, the master has gathered. I see. So it's that time already. The sunlight was so warm. I felt so great that I just happened to forget what time it was. Let us hurry. We won't get punished if we make it wait just a little longer. Anyway, Julius, your Merson so weren't better father. No, as I have be that itch is be the hard way. The hard ways, Leo.
Very informative.
Goshujin-sama, don't listen to the voices of the dead. You have to hold on to your consciousness.
The sound of Castor's panicked shouting brings me back to reality. The voices I heard in those memories faded at the end, and I couldn't understand them. But those memories definitely belonged to Julius. Perhaps he was trying to tell me something. Buried under all those dark memories was a cry of sorrow. I have to go on. I have to learn what the owner of that voice is seeking. Look, if he isn't seeking being sandwiched between Tamamo's thighs, then he's in the wrong playthrough.
もう、うざいってば。
Doomsday. I'm gonna guess attack first.
バリバリ呪う。これきや。
I was wrong. Oof.
ちょん下げてる場合じゃないです。
Bum 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 ba ba bum 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 ba ba da bum 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 bum
頑張り
bum.
ますね。出直していらっしゃい。お疲れ様。経験値をありがとうございます。
Time for more memories. Wee. Oh. There it is again. The black thoughts encroach upon my brain like closing waves. Concentrate on the owner of these voices. I'm drawn into these dark thoughts. Avoiding the distortions that try to envelop me, I reach out with my mind. Where is that figure? When I settle my thoughts, a scene suddenly begins to play in my mind. Is this the continuation of that scene from before? Let us hurry.
Making him wait just a little longer won't be enough to get us in trouble. Anyway, Julius, you're his son. Why don't you call him father?
I can't. I don't have the right. I was not born with that which is needed to lead the hard ways. The one who will succeed the throne is Master Leo. That's just how it is. Tell me, what is it that he's been so occupied with as of late?
He's receiving training by having knowledge burned into his brain. It's a sound thaumaturgical process. All of that horrible surgery, and he's only 3. Even as his mother, I so rarely see him.
Master Leo will one day stand at the pinnacle of the plutocracy the Harways have built in Europe. The ruler of Western Europe.
The ruler of Western Europe. A burden that pains a mother to see her child shoulder. Julius.
Yes.
That... Please, Leo.
Yes. I exist only for that purpose. All ready now to make the relic Holy Grail have servant. The servant that I had summoned is an East martial artist named Li Shuwen, and...
Julia...
I apologize. Abel on isn't asked.
It's all right. But Leo...
Yeah, Eve for life. Could these be Julius's memories of the time before his soul became irrevocably stained as an assassin? I focus even harder on what I'm seeing and reach out even further. Something is there. What is it that you want to say? And when I finally reach the absolute depths of the blackened soul behind these memories... Kill, 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 kill. Let me die, let me die, let me die. Kill, 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 kill. Let me die, let me die, let me die. Kill, 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 kill. Let me die, let me die, let me die. Oh, great metal song. I love death metal.
Master, please wake up, Master!
Castor is almost screaming in desperation and fear. It seems that I'm still alive. My hands are still clenched into fists. I'm covered in sweat, and I'm panting with exertion. I give a nod to the obviously distressed Castor to show I'm okay, and then I slowly get to my feet. But it was there, a cry for help in the depths of Julius's consciousness. I have to know what it means. Special enemy.
マスター、ご命令を。
Nephilim Delta. We gotta be real careful about Nephilim Delta here. Over spec. Oh, that was decent damage.
彫像の出来上がりです。こうだそうね。炎天よ、走れ。
Burn! Nice.
炎天よ、走れ。
Get dabbed on, nerd.
ではこれにてお別れです。
Ooh, look at that XP. 2.3k. That's because we are, as of the fight against Kukulin, we are not over-leveled as we once were. In fact, if anything, we were probably a little under-leveled for that fight. Being Tamamo and all. Sodom's Gate. Oh boy. Sodom's Gate, you say? Who likes anal?
ピピピピピピグレット。ララララブラブアイアイエー。ご主人様。
Oh no! I can't believe that! Wow, that's unlucky for me. Thank you very much, Eddie2010, for the follow. Wow, I can't believe I just apparently made all the wrong decisions there. The thing that uses attack all the time didn't use attack all the time. Alright, we gotta fast forward like crazy now. Well, considering our servant is Tamamo and she has no HP, it's always possible to just get punked like that. Speed through the flashbacks. Yeah, that was the last thing I was expecting, was for it to just never use attack, apparently. Or to just get so unlucky that I didn't get a single stun. Oh, hey. It's this thingy, the Doomsday. This is just where we were. Luckily, the power of fast forward helped catch us up faster. That was an embarrassing death. Now we gotta fight this chucklehead again.
主人様。
More items.
でも唐揚げとか食べたいな。
Well, like I said, we're if anything, we're probably a level below where we should be for a Tamamo playthrough. Tamamo is made of paper for the entire playthrough. So it's kind of very easy to accidentally get wrecked. Ah, heck it. Just make absolutely sure that thing dies.
次に行きましょう。なんかいいですね。
Alright, moving on to the next wall. The almost tangible animosity is coming from the end of this corridor. Although the source of it isn't approaching, I can tell that it is incredibly dangerous. I somehow know that that hatred is directed at me. It's so intense that it feels as if my very soul is being impaled by it.
I knew it was that gloomy guy. I can't believe he came back from the dead. He must really hate to lose. But now he's just a shambling corpse. And as long as you're here, Tamamo is invincible.
Yeah.
Now just hand me a shot. I mean, say the word and he's toast. Also, we have to beat him to get out of here.
The source of this feeling of hatred is Julius, but his power seems different than when I last faced him. The threat before me is very real, but I have Castor on my side, and if I don't defeat the enemy before me, I'll never make it to the elimination battle. In addition, even as the force of his grudge hits me, I feel something other than a desire for my death. I want to know what that feeling is, no matter what may be waiting for me up ahead. Time for a servant fight. It has been a while since we last met, Hakuno. The man standing there greeted me in a quiet voice. The serenity of his voice contrasted with the chaotic and noise-filled atmosphere of the arena. You don't seem surprised to see me. Is that not so? You defeated me, but I have returned because of a question I wish to ask of you. Also, I will not be defeated by one such as you. I cannot allow myself to fall to one such as you. I don't quite understand what exactly is driving me, but it is those feelings that brought me here. What is he talking about? I understand hating the person that defeated you. That's only natural. But what question could possibly be so important? What is Julius trying to say? You don't understand. Of course, how could you? This is truly just too funny. Am I the only one who knows who and what you really are? Unlike a mere ghost such as yourself, I am alive! After I fell, I became a ghost. While falling through the perdition created by Seraph, I fought to continue on. Right at the end, I saw the truth. As the moon cell began to tear me apart, I saw what you really were. And as if the remnants of his sanity finally snapped, Julius suddenly lets out a roar of maniacal laughter. In addition to this hatred and insanity reflected in his eyes, there was a sense of obligation and duty. Has the killer before me come back from the dead to fulfill his duty? That's exactly right. I could accept defeat at the hands of any other master but you. You being the one to defeat me is unacceptable. Whether this world lives or dies should be decided by us.
choices that will determine the fate of the world should be made by those living in the present, not by you. A relic of the past like you should not be allowed to influence what happens in the here and now.
What did Julius just call me? A relic of the past? I'm not only a pale imitation of someone's life, but I was never a part of the present.
That's correct. You're a reproduction of someone who lived 20 years before the world slid into stagnation.
Then all of the imagery that sometimes appears in my dreams is the last moments of his life, which ended decades ago.
Correct. That is why I cannot allow you to defeat me. The changes that must be made in this era will need to be done by us. Leo, my brother, must be king, or... That's it. That must be the reason. That's my one responsibility. That is what keeps me trapped here. But nothing matters. Please, put me out of my misery. Round 6 has already come and gone. One more person. One last victim. Once I kill you, my duty will be done. This is your final moment. Please, just let me kill you.
The man hisses out his command. For a moment, I'm violently dizzy. As my vision spins, I fall into a pit of darkness. A violent bestial howl tears through the air and sends a tremor running through the ground. This must be Assassin. No, wait. He's different than before. That look of insanity only belongs to a berserker.
Hold on a second, Master. There's something strange about that Julius guy's left arm.
My servant lets out a small cry of surprise.
Oh dear God, that's some other person's arm attached to him. That is so incredibly disgusting.
Julius must have ambushed a great number of masters and killed them. He somehow managed to preserve one of his victims' arms and appropriate the command seals. I wonder which master's arm he stole. What if that arm belonged to the master of a berserker?
It looks like Julius's crime against nature turned Assassin into a berserker. What a disaster.
Most servants have only one class, but this one has the attributes of 2. His power must be incredible. I can't believe that this servant's mind and body have been able to endure this outrageous injustice.
I need neither rational thought nor coherent memories. Everything comes to an end now. Now, burn to ashes!
みっともない。しつこい男は嫌われるわよ。
排除する。貴様だけは。
Matrix E!
猛獣ですか、あちらのお方。
Don't worry, Tamamo, you'll be fine. Oh wait, hold on. Let me do that while you do that. There we go, there we go. Perfect.
バリバリ呪う。触れないでくださいます。
Holy shit, 390 damage through the defense.
彫像の出来上がりです。
Get stunned, nerd.
私の本気見せてあげます。ますます頑張っちゃいます。秘密よ集え。
Ugh. Well, he seems to like to use the big pain damage skill first. So we're gonna Aphotic Cave again. We'll do that. Merciful Sky. Stun through the break. Throw a heal on ourselves, and he should be dead by that time. The power of Tamamo is the power to ignore your opponent's abilities. Owie.
Glitchly Shu and when delight works.
Got him. Tamamo's big Tamamos are too strong. With a ground-shaking roar of bestial rage, the once ferocious martial artist disappeared into the sky. Li Xuan, considered by many to be one of the greatest masters in the history of Bajiquan. Though he dedicated his life to martial arts, he was undone by the karma his acts of violence demanded. Julius's normally refined features contort as the command seals on the back of his hand glow deep red. Unable to withstand the pain that's surging through his own body, Julius hunches over. I can barely watch as he writhes in pain. It's too late to help. Julius's command seals disappear one by one, and his body collapses upon itself. I cannot bring myself to strike the finishing blow. Despite the fact he tried to kill me many times over, I can't kill him as he is now. The person from who this body of mine is copied from might have lived their life much like he did. His eyes slowly open. So, this is the end. Julius breathes in deep. There's no longer the madness of bloodlust tinging his eyes. The serenity in your eyes. Though I cannot understand why, you actually have some pity for me. As his shoulders move in time with his labored breathing, Julius looks up into the sky of this empty world, covered by the waters of a virtual sea. Remember the question you asked me before the elimination battle. Why do you kill? You were right, you know. It's exactly what you guessed. The Holy Grail, the Harways, none of that ever really mattered. When I was young, only one person ever showed me love. Me, who had never been loved before. No one can live without love. Not even someone like me whose life had no value otherwise. There was a woman who taught me that my life had value. She died without any warning. It was so sudden. In order to secure Leo's inheritance, her family had her assassinated. Her final request to her killer was that they protect Leo, my brother. I can no longer clearly remember the exact events. Looking back on it, the whole incident seems so surreal. I liken it to a badly made movie. Poorly made, laughably acted, and generally done in poor taste. Just like my streams. Julius isn't looking my way. He's now deep in his memories. But since then, my purpose was clear. I would work to grant her final wish, and then join her in death. People began to despise me like I was an evil spirit whose hands were forever tainted with blood. But I could accept that. Because in trying to grant her wish, I had a motivation in life. But you, while destroying my cause, you didn't finish me off. Why? I mean, you seem really, really sad, dude. I've been more awed by Julius than by any other opponent. But inside his ferocity lay a deep melancholy. Behind his frozen gaze, I sensed a man crying out for rescue, like a helpless infant. I just wanted someone to rescue me. Maybe I did. Julius cast his eyes down. I feel like I've been lost in the darkness alone, ever since birth, never considering that there might be hope, or another path. My whole life I've been an insect, desperately drawn to a single light far ahead of me. But maybe my life wasn't all that bad. It's bright here. If I could be born one more time, I may live the same way again. Even if my dark journey ends in pain, it means everything to see the light at the end of the path. A yellow light can be seen reflected off the eyes in Julius's raised head. Maybe he's seeing the only person who can truly save him. I can only hope that's the case. I'm sad that I'm powerless to do anything for him myself. Hakuno. You are crying for me. I had forgotten the beauty that such a gesture can hold. No, don't shed tears for me. Before his finger reaches my cheek to wipe away the tears, it melts away into thin air. It's time. My heart cringes as his hands and feet lose color and become translucent as teardrops. And then, with a faint smile spreading across his lips, Julius disappears without a trace. Now look, Julius was sad once, but that doesn't excuse the many, many assassinations that he did. So, not gonna feel all that bad about it.
はい、ささっと帰ってゆっくり休みましょう。
Mr. Gloomy found salvation in your kindness. I'm a little jealous, but you did a good thing, Master. However, don't you think it's really suspicious we haven't seen the little king around? He talks all big about being a king, but mark my words, he's off plotting something sneaky right this moment.
Well, we didn't get any info on Gawain. Perhaps we should go read an Arthurian tale or two. In the meantime, let's save.